cute, sexy, and fun. You're watching CSF Nation's own WMK TV, Channel 90. There we go. What is going on? Where is... There we go. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. There you go. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Mic check, please. Mike, can we hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Mic issues. Okay. Not a really good way to start off a Wednesday, is it? Anyway. Good morning, CSF Nation. I'm Makini 90, our streaming illustrator, and welcome you to the pre-Yasuke Day edition of Makini in the morning. I don't know what else to call it. It's AC Shadows has definitely been on my timeline all all AC Shadows has definitely been on my timeline. On my timeline, my news feed all day yesterday, and I have watched a few cutscenes. It has definitely it is the dialogue feels like it was written by Chat GPT, honestly. I was looking at some of like the romance options and stuff like that, and the dialogue feels like it was written by Chat GPT. But we may get into that later. But if you guys did not see Jay the Concepts stream yesterday, definitely check that out. It's a banger, absolute banger. And hopefully, what I have for you guys today is a banger. So. All right, now this is what is going on. So, yesterday I put out a poll asking if we should take another crack at Gyru's, like we did a couple weeks ago. And most of y'all said yes. Actually, everybody who voted said yes. It wasn't until I had to until I had to postpone it because I had jobs that came in last night, so I wasn't able to get a stream going. But I did get a rough outline, a rough idea going, and like I said, that's a guy who's plural. So I figured let's bump the count up to 5. So here's what we're gonna do today. For the first, let's say for the first 2 25-minute sessions, we will skit let's get a let's get these sketches going. Let's get these sketches going. And then we're gonna jump to the line art. We're gonna do a good rough, we're gonna do a good base sketch, and then we're gonna go straight to the line art afterwards. Um I guess I learned a couple things from the grayscale to color that we did with Science Mindscape yesterday, which I did finish, by the way. It's on my Twitter if you guys did not see it. Can't pull the full one as well. And it's on Discord, so go ahead and check that out if you haven't. Now, what we're going to do, that's kind of the plan today. So, what we're going to do is I do want to follow that same method. However, I want to see if this may take longer. This method this approach may take longer, but I want to clean it up with the line art before we go into grayscale. So we're going to do line art first. So the line art may take a couple hours. I'm just going to be honest with you. Line art may take a couple hours, and then we'll jump to grayscale. What I'm considering is keeping the shading simplified, a little more of a simplified approach, like we tried to do last time, because we're working with 5 girls instead of usual 3, instead of the 3 that we did. So, but we're drawing Gyaru's today, so I don't know if you guys are excited. You guys seem to be excited last night when I was getting everything going. So, all right, guys, got 4 people watching. Thank y'all so much. And I think during the breaks we'll cover some AC Shadows, just some findings that I was looking at last night during our breaks. So be very interesting. I think it'll be a very Japanese heavy Wednesday. So if you guys can do me a favor, the more the merrier. So if you guys could do me a favor, you guys don't always do. Smack that like button, make it jiggle. Smack that subscribe button and make it jiggle as well. Thank you guys so much. We go ahead and line up the music, and then we go ahead and turn on the music, and then we are going to get started. All right. All right. Where is? Let's do it again. Let's do it again. All right. Here we go. I don't know how you do it. You blow my mind without a word. All right, let's go say hi to everybody in the chat. I might be First off, Power. Good morning to you. We got some. We got some. VTuber drama. That's very interesting. English speaking. Oh, Twitch partner. Oh, I see. Ban over translations here. That's interesting. That is very interesting. And don't ever work with Ubisoft. Okay, listen. Oh, we got some. They'll agree to sponsorship ban if you advise in doo-doo games for free. Aha. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of Ubisoft drama this week. A lot. Ubisoft managed to have Mongo ban. That's very interesting. That is very, very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I did see the Jonathan Majors admitting that, basically. I think I watched Mr. H's review of it. But yeah, he basically 7 minutes, so I don't really have much sympathy for him at this point. Really don't, honestly. Really don't know. I really don't. So, yeah, I mean, that's a toxic relationship he's in. Yeah. And I think that's going to mess up his career, too. Japanese officials are using condemning to disrespect their culture and indigenous shareholders, planning to prevent. Now, one thing has been circulating. Around, and I saw Madam Savvy's tweet on this. I want to share this. I don't know if Power, if you're still in the chat. Let me go and share this. So apparently, one of the characters that you can romance, that Yasuke can romance, is in fact Lady Orochi, who is the wife of Nobunaga. Interesting. See how Japan feels about this. It's interesting. And the thing is that the thing is that the journal outlets, they're giving it 8s and 9s. And people are speculating that this is the same pattern that this is going to be another Dragon Age, the Veilguard situation, basically. And like I said, it's very interesting. It's interesting to say the least. But is it surprising though? Oh no, we get some more time. Oh, wonderful. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, it's yeah, so apparently you can have a relationship with the wife of Nobunaga, apparently. It's very interesting. The writing, for what I've seen so far, I think the writing is just, it feels like the dialogue was made by ChatGPT. Let's start with that. It feels like it feels like it was made by ChatGPT. Like, some of the dialogue feels very stiff. Like, here, I'm gonna have you guys listen to this real quick. I'm gonna pause let's pause this. I want you to listen to this real quick.
Mushrooms can too. Resentment can grow quietly without much warning after a storm. Mushrooms can too. Shiitake?
Mushrooms. The smell of dirt, grass, and rain.
Yeah, I want to let you listen to this
Resentment
again.
can grow quietly without much warning after a storm. Mushrooms can too. Shiitake?
Mushrooms. The smell of
I
dirt,
was listening
grass.
I was listening to like the some of the romance options, and it just really does sound like it does feel like it really does sound like a chat GPT, like AI, deep fakes and such like that. You know what I mean? Oh, we may get over into some of the oh, here we go. Here we go. This is a good one.
Is a journey of 1,000 steps that begins with a kiss.
You know what's really like the thing is like the face some of the body models and like
Lust is a journey of 1,000 steps that
it
begins.
really does. They look like they have the same face. I'm just saying, they have the same face, but yeah, I think the writing is hilarious, man. I think it's hilarious, man. Like the face models, like it's something about the faces and body models feel stiff here. Like they feel wooden stiff, to be honest. Like a lot of the animations feel, yeah, like you said, difficulty, robotic, and soulless. It's it's interesting, man. It is real. It is really interesting. So we'll definitely try to get more into that today. So, but we do have some work to do. So. Okay. So anyway, let's go ahead and say hi to everybody else, and then we will get right into it. Okay. Okay. So we have the Monroe stuff. We got the Monroe stuff like that. Okay. Salvi, Josh Bridges, got that. Now, the Sakurai. Now, I did see a lot of people talking about that. Now, I did see the Sakurai video. Really great video, by the way. How, it shouldn't be how Western, how Japanese games should, especially Eastern games in general, should not cater to the West. And it's Sakurai, of course, created Smash Brothers, has said some really, really good stuff and points about that. Excellent points about that, by the way. Sean, good morning. Jay, good morning. Difficulty, good morning. And I agree, difficulty. It's so robot and soulless. This game got that Gal Gadot acting style. Dang. Veilguard has at least Veilguard had a bit of humanity. It's why I say it's a Veilguard situation. Neo, I say it's a Veilguard situation because journalists are praising this game, giving it 9s and 10s. I'm wondering if that's going to be the same thing where, well, Veilguard was a certified flop. Veilguard was a complete flop. They're still trying to sell the game to you by trying to get it free on PS Plus and shit like that. AC Shadows will do better than Veilguard, but it just this really does feel like a tax write-off. Everything about this game screams tax write-off. Like, just getting it out of the way because there's nothing to salvage there at this point. You know what I mean? What's some other videos about Eli. Good morning, Eli. So, okay, you guys ready? You guys ready? Okay, I think we are. I think we are 23 minutes. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay. 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 So let's go ahead and get started. Yeah. We kind of get the style I'm gonna go for. I think we're gonna try to go for kind of the similar style that we did last time. That we did like a couple weeks ago. So let's see if we could try that this time with 5 characters instead of 3. All right, you guys ready? Let's do this. It's very interesting to say the least. So we're gonna do. So like I said, let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get to. Let's see if we can get at least 3 sketches. 3 of these girls fully sketched within the first 25 minutes. Let's go for that. Let's definitely go for that. Make sure I switch to live chat. Okay, there we go. All right. This is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. All right, and let us begin. Okay. So we'll do this in the same. We'll do this in the same. We'll do this in the same. Do this in the same. I'm so used to like certain guys. Oh, it is here. She's a roller coaster. Oh, she's so fake. I'm burning up inside, but I can feel no pain. I won't try to stop her. Yeah. She can be playing. I'm so in love with her. I fall and try again. I'm trying to see if I can still get that same expression that I got last time. You can also try to get 2 to 3 designs done, because I don't want to spend the entire stream sketching. So let's. So we're sitting in like a rough, really good rough, and whew. And ideas for ideas for outfits too. Ideas for outfits as well. Here. Here. Okay, neck. So you got 19 minutes. I was thinking of this last night. Again, I'm sorry if I couldn't get it. Sorry, work got away, so I couldn't get a stream going last night. Okay. If it's slow again tonight, then we'll make up for it. Okay. Keep that same mindset though, you know. Gotta keep that same thing, you know. Here. 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 This is a very rough sketching here. Let's maybe here you go. There you go. Stand it out. Stand it out just a little bit. Stand it out just a little bit. Let me record this real quick. And go ahead and record this real quick. And like I said, we're just getting the sketches laid out first, and then we're going to see how many sketches we can get within the first 25 minutes. Okay. And I'm gonna record this because I might want to make this into a top speed. I'm suspecting that this will likely take about, I think the full illustration may take like 20 hours. No, I'm gonna say 20 hours at the very least. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna say 20 hours at the very least. Say 20 hours at the very least. Okay. So we got the first one. Let's do the second one. Really rough. Christian, good morning. We got 14 minutes. Let's see if I can. Fun. We had fun like doing this last time, so let's go. I'm just gonna like switching between what is. Let's work from. Just kind of picking. It's just like we're picking up from what we did last time. Basically. And number 6 hype. That's fine. It's small. It's fine. I mean, hey. Just not every stream can get a high number, so it is what it is. Here. Start from quiet. Start from quiet, guys. Start from quiet. This one might be a little too close. But... Here. Guys, don't Sean Grumpy, don't sweat it. Okay? Guys, don't sweat it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, well, let's sweat again. Not every stream is gonna be out of the park. Not every stream is gonna be out of the park, and I know this one ain't gonna be either. So, but at least if I can get the ball rolling on this idea, that'd be great. Speaking of which, I only got 9 minutes left. So 9 minutes left. We got like 2 girls. 2 out of the 5. Get a rough ready. If we could just get a really good rough ready, that'd be... Okay, what was the... Which was the one I'm thinking of? Which is the one I'm thinking of? Okay, go 6 on the right side. Nice. Sean, did you watch the 3rd season of Invincible? Do you know what it is? see if we can get. Let's see if we can get. See if we can get three. That's just. Let's see if we can get three today. Let's see if we can get three within this 25-minute session. We might have to end up doing a second. We might have to end up doing a second rough to kind of coincide with this one. So no worries. We got 10 people watching. It's awesome, guys. You guys are awesome. Doing Gyru's. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a more detailed sketch of this, so that way we can iron a lot of these ideas out. Iron out a lot of the questions. Stuff like that. The goal is to keep the Gyaru look, keep the Gyaru look as close as possible. So we have so that way we have a really good really good base to work with, if you know what I mean. I realized my girl's really too close though. Let's see, move this one out. Move this one out, okay? All right. Okay, let's do this. Kind of doing the similar poses. We're doing the similar poses we did last time. Especially with one raising her skirt up. rough. And let's just get this last one. Let's get this last one real quick, and then we will um get this last one real quick, and then we will then we should be ready to wrap it up. Okay. Let's do this real quick. And then for this one, I'm gonna be more willing to do a more detailed sketch this time rather than just kind of let that yeah, I think we need to do a more detailed sketch this time. So let me just get this real quick. Revise out real quick, then we will. Okay. All right. Okay. See, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. Okay. All right. First off, okay. 4 containers of extra. You mean 5? Wait. Shut up, Sean. Okay. Okay. So we got that. Space. I didn't see the 5th one. It's 5. Okay. Okay. So we are going to we're gonna hit 5. We're gonna try to let's get 2 really good base sketches, okay? Let's get 2 really good base sketches. All right, 2 really good bases to work with, and then yeah, 2 really good bases to work with, and then we will for the first 25 minutes, I mean. That's what I mean. I'm sorry. Sorry, I mean for the first 25 minutes. So, man, sorry about that. Yeah, first 25 minutes, and then we'll I think we should keep it loose, honestly. Do you think we should keep it loose the last time? I think we should. Unless you want to keep it. What do you guys think? Should we keep it loose or kind of go all in with our regular style? What do you guys think?
Heart's beating faster in a minute. I'm high on slow dancing with you. 1, 2, 3, keep it going, last forever. All blacked out, then flying with
What do you think? Because I think we can.
I don't care that my mind's gone
I
insane.
think we can keep it loose. I think we can keep that style loose. Keep it feeling loose, you know.
I don't care about the heartache and pain. Just don't let the memories fade. You know we are lost in love with a lust, but heart trumps the mind, so we'll win anyway. Yeah, we own the sun, naive, wild and run. Hold the song.
Keep it loose. Okay. Okay. So the next step is going to be a base sketch, and let's make a really, really good base sketch for all of them. And if we need to split it up into separate layers, it's totally fine. I think maybe wait until. You know what? No, let's do that. We'll go from left to right. Okay? We'll go from left to right, and we'll just do a really good base sketch. Keep it from left to right. Okay? Whew. I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna let you guys. What you guys think? Let's see if we can get to it. Let's see if we get to. Oh, I am so sorry. I gotta close those down. My bad. Listen. Okay. All right, we're here. Okay, so let's do that. And what we're gonna do is we are going to do it. We're going to split the girls up into layers. We're going to split the girls up into separate layers moving forward, okay? And then we'll start kind of bringing it all back once we get to the rendering part, but we likely won't be able to get to the rendering today, this morning, but I'll keep working on it later, okay? All right, let's do that. So this will be... Let's just say... let's do base sketch. So that'll just similar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. So you guys voting to keep it loose this time. All right. Okay. Sketching Gyru's. Okay. We're sketching Gyru's again. All right, let's do this. All right, let's do this. All right, so I think it's much easier that way. Allows me to focus on one girl at a time. So, okay. So, let's do it this way. I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to use, let's use our painterly blush. Use our painterly blush. Painterly. Sorry. Painterly. This one. So we want to make sure. I don't want to try. I might go full screen. Just so I can. Whatever. Whatever. We'll be fine. But the goal is. Now, this isn't the line art, guys. This isn't the line art. This is just we need a really good base sketch, okay? So, but I think our let's make our objective. Let's get 2 girls done within these 25 minutes. Yeah, within this next 25 minutes, okay? Let's get 2 done. And keep in mind, like I said, guys, this is the base sketch. Okay, this is not the line art. So I think after the Saya one that I did yesterday, I'm much more willing to do a base sketch. And I'm still impressed with the fact that I got that done so quickly, though. I'm serious. I'm really impressed with the fact that I got that done so quickly. Because the file was corrupted, and within a span of 2 hours, I basically made up for lost time. Within 2 hours, and I think total that drawing took 7 hours. Honestly, I think it took like 7 or 8 hours. Like for me specifically, that's quick. That's actually a quick one right there. So so. I probably would rather, that shit ain't no editing, but let's get you out of here. We'll just do it in our standard style, but we'll see if we could try to keep it very loose, though. Whoa. What's that? Okay, thank you. So you keep it loose. Okay. I'll try to keep it as loose. As possible. Let's do. The goal is 2 before the end. 2 before the end of this 25-minute session. Gonna keep that sense. So remember that one that I did? Remember the third one that I did on the left side where the girl was like raising her skirt up like that? Yeah, that's one I'm kind of redoing right now. That's the one I'm doing right now. Yeah. So I know. It's like, man, I've been really quiet and a lot lately. It's just when I'm doing these streams. I know. Let's Here we go. Okay. Okay. Okay, is that... Hoping that's enough of a rough. Hoping that's enough of a... Hoping that's enough of a rough right there. Or enough of a good bass to work with. Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Okay, there we go. So that's the first one. That's the first one. So that's the first one. Okay, so that's the first one. Okay. No, it's a skirt. It's a skirt. It's a skirt. I messed it up. Probably should shorten the skirt a bit more though. But yeah. Okay. So we got 9 minutes. So let's do the second one. Okay. So here's the second one. Okay. Okay, we got 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes. All right, let's make it quick. Good. Trying to think of like I guess that's why I'm switching between pens all the time. It's like trying to find a really good like loose pen to work with. I guess you could say I'm trying to find like a really good loose pen. Yeah. This one taking a selfie, basically. Oh no, I got 3 minutes. I got 3 minutes. Okay. I cannot settle on a brush. Why am I not settling on a brush though? Why am I not settling on a brush? Ah! Look at this. Okay. 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 It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No, it should be. Damn. Okay. Damn. Okay. Okay. We got one. We got one, but we got one. We got one, but oh, okay, okay, no, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Let's 15 minutes. Let's regroup. Let's regroup and let's see if we can attack this a little bit better. Make this a little bit better. I want to get to 2 and 3. I want to get to 2 and 3 in this next 25 minutes. I want to get to 2 and 3, okay? So and they're very moving, and they're packing heat now, move everything style. Finally, watch this lift experience. Oh my god! So let me give you a proper definition. So Gyaru. Okay, so because some people were bringing it up yesterday, some people were bringing it up last time we did this, and I'll just basically just put this definition. So, Gyaru, Japanese fashion style that peaked in the 2000s. It has generally declined in real life. It still has many followers and remains popular in various Japanese media, particularly in anime and manga. It has many diverse sub-styles, which we actually went into last time, with some commonalities. Gyaru style involves stylized colored hair, trendy, often sexy Gyaru style clothing, especially in the shops in the mall Shibuya 109, and heavy makeup with a focus on false eyelashes, enlarging the eyes, contouring the circle lens. Additionally, many Gyaru use the Gyaru emojis type in certain slang. There's also common hobbies that among Gyaru, such as dancing power, which is once at a time very popular activity in Gyaru circles. Two common elements of Gyaru looks in anime and manga representation are tan skin, Ganguro, which is Ganguro, especially for older and throwback styles and bleached hair. However, not every Gyaru has tan skin or bleached hair, and not every character has with tan skin and bleached hair is Gyaru exactly. In mainstream media, Gyaru are usually depicted as either energetic or extroverted, while adult media are depicted either as a high school student, prostitute, or a character with usually high sex drive. Male Gyros are known as Gyro. Yeah, I think the five that I'm trying to render right now are fitting are going to fit into those categories. So that's a quick definition. I thought this, and it goes into different subcultures too. It goes into many different subcultures, such as Amikaji Gyaru, Amisuku Gyaru, subversively closely resembling Kogol style, Ganguro, stereotypical variant of stereotypical most recognizable variant of Gyaru consists of tan skin, brightly colored hair, so that's Ganguro style. So we'll probably just do a play on a Ganguro style in a way. Mostly. There's so many. I love it though. I love it. We can play with different. Okay, so we can play with different styles, especially with clothing too. Okay. Amikaji Gyaru is a substyle based around American casual fashion. Takes inspiration from American streetwear from the past decades, from the 80s and 90s and Y2K fashion. Common elements include brightly colored clothing, graphic tees, denim, baseball caps, beanies, belts, plastic jewelry, and bangles. That's Amikaji style. Amasuku style is a type of Kogol taken to the extreme. School uniforms characterized by tied open shirts exposing not just the midriff but the chest as well, showing off a broad bikini underneath, and a short skirt enough that the panties may be revealed, emphasizing the wearer's body. Paired with these accessories may refer to it as American school or Amesuku style Japanese, or based on what the Japanese would think American girls would wear in high school, bolstered by Grevure and ABs, featuring the attire inspired by the outfit Britney Spears wore in Baby One More Time. Okay, that's I get some things. So Ganguro is the most recognizable in this one. Gyaru V is an upside down. Oh, it's a gesture, upside down V gesture, basically. English slang for women and girls who means peace. For English word for peace, which means finger gesture V. So up there to Gyaru's culture, a hand gesture that extends out for. Okay, so upside down V basically. With that Hime. Okay, so Hime Gyaru is the sub-style Gyaru fashion, which is princessy aesthetic, primarily using a soft color palette of pinks and whites. Hairstyles are usually voluminous and feature high ringlets, such as in colors such as blonde, brown, and decadent based on cell phones. Fingernails and accessory clothing tends to have a lot of frills and bows, often lace trim, fur trim, and floral prints. Himekaji is a casual girly style evolved from the Gyaru. Okay. So Himekaji, Himekaji is a style of popular Japanese fashion evolved from Hime Gyaru, which originally being a Gyaru sub-style, though nowadays has become more detached from Gyaru, which basically means princess casual. It's considered to be a part of the wider umbrella of girly K in Japan. It is also called Kanayan style, model after other model popularized it. Himekaji uses a color palette consisting of pinks, whites, and tans. Pom-pom decorations, fur trims are common, rhinestones, and floral print. Popular brands in the style include Liz Lisa, Dear My Love, and Ankh Rouge. And it's sometimes confused in the Rio Sangata side of Jirake. I'm loving this. No, because I'm going through this list right now. Kogol is a sub-style Kogol is a sub-style tended on young Japanese female high school students who tend to follow trends of Gyaru fashion and their heavy makeup, especially around the eyes, sometimes tan skin, in this food slang colored hair, and trendy Gyaru style fashion. Since they're schoolgirls, they use their school uniform as their fashion statement, often wear their uniform with skirts and paired with loose socks. If there aren't obvious signs of Kogol school uniforms, such as loose socks, scrunching, it is recommended to just tag the image as more general Gyaru. So, yeah, Kogol style. Let's see what else. You know what? I'll show you. This is from Dimboard. So hopefully we can show this. Jirai a fashion subculture for landmine type girls that originated in Japan. Kabukiko district and first spread popularity in the early 2000s. Characteristics of fashion include short twin tails, two side up, mouth mask or frill collared shirts, suspender skirts, fishnets, Emerald, if you're listening, and the overwhelming usage of pink and black. Countless variations exist, but they should all fit the theme above. Fashion consists of two sides. Ryu Sangata, literally mass production, and a more mainstream girly style subculture, more alternative and dark variant. Do note that the latter term is also used for alternate fashion in general. This is Gyaru style, basically, here. Which one is next one? Okay. Oni Gyaru, and that's where Rupee falls in. It's a more sophisticated and natural sub-style Gyaru, which tones are with the wider elements. Typical Gyaru makeup and leopard print remain common aspects, but black is a more common color. Leather is often worn, and overall the look is more office-friendly with simpler clothes. It takes a lot from high fashion and luxury brands, and that's where Rupee from Nikkei kind of falls into, basically. Roku Gyaru is a sub-style that takes heavy inspiration from punk, visual kei, and other rock-oriented fashion styles. Okay, and then the last one, Y2, of course, obviously Y2K fashion. So we can have some fun with this. I think we're gonna have some fun with this. We can kind of play with we can try to play with like different sub-styles, and what I can do is maybe we can just kind of label kind of what to go for. It's fun. This is fun. This is fun. Hello, history lesson. I didn't know about that though. That's a really fun part. I think I'm ready to continue. Honestly, I think I'm ready to like skip the break and just keep going now. After kind of reading that, 15 likes. You guys are amazing. Seriously, you guys are amazing. Let's see if we can get to 20 today. Okay. All right. But let's focus on getting all of these sketches done. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and jump right back into it. Doing what? The Black Samurai clone style. Sean, what the freak? I don't think there's a gun stuck on there. Come on now. Bruh. Come on. Okay, so you know what? Let's do a label. Let's go label these first. So I think the first girl on the left, let's label that one as something that is much more girl is common, but American. This one can be no, not Jirake. Kogol. You know what? Once in the jacket and stuff. You know what? Let's do this Kogol. Listen here. I'm gonna label this one. Still Kogol. All base sketch. So one. Okay, Kogol. So this one's a Kogol style. Second one is going to be Maybe Oni. Maybe I'm thinking. I think we just do standard. I think we can just do standard. If you want to do just like standard. Could be Kogo or Amasuku. The team's bad for this, blah, blah. I don't know what this one is to be. I don't even know if the outfit would fit into that. You know what? We can probably throw some punk elements though. We could probably throw some punk elements, you know. So let's do Roku. Let's label this one as Roku. Yeah. Let's do this one be Roku. So this one be 2. Roku based sketch. Okay. So 2 will be Roku. So we gotta make the attire a little more punk, basically. Get a little more punk to that to this attire right here. Okay, let's do this again. I want to try this again, okay? All right, and let's see if we can get this one done in. Let's see if we can get you done in about. Let's see if I can knock you out real quick in like 5 minutes. We're just kind of on the base sketch here, so. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. This is fun. Got to learn some stuff. Got to learn something, you know. Learn something too. Okay, so we do need to add some punk elements though. And we'll do some flat ones too. No shade though. The actual gameplay clips don't look bad. Still won't buy. Yeah, they don't look bad. Like the gameplay looks serviceable. Like the gameplay really does look serviceable. It's just everything around it is like it just doesn't scream 9 out of 10. It doesn't scream 8 out of 10. You know what I mean? It just really doesn't scream 8 or 9 out of 10. Do you think so, Sean? I just don't see it as a 9 out of 10. I just don't see it's absolutely worth the ratings that it's given. You know what I mean? And to be honest, it just doesn't seem like it just seems too much like something I really wouldn't invest my time into. Oh, we'll see. It's just I just don't see it. I just don't see that those like eights, those glowing reviews of like 8s and 9s out of 10s. You know, I just don't see it. It just looks mid to me. It just looks way too mid for me. And that's just me. It's just way too like just nothing really to write home about. But the thing is that the developers have really clearly admitted that this is a make or break for Ubisoft. So, they're going to be in bigger trouble if Shadows does not sell well. Or at least reach their sales expectations. The dialogue is too much like the dialogue just feels way too much like Chat GPT. Like seriously. You know? I think the dialogue just like while I think the landscapes are gorgeous, I think the landscapes and everything is gorgeous. The body models and face models, they just look too stiff. The body models just feel too stiff, like undercooked, there's just they just feel stiff. It feels clunky. The animations feel kind of clunky. Look clunky to me. Talk about the combat mechanics. I understand. I'm just saying from what I'm seeing so far, though. But it's just from what I'm seeing so far, Sean. It's just I just don't see where it gets the glowing 9 out of 10, the glowing 8 out of 10s, 9 out of 10 praise. I just can't see it. That's just me. But it is what it is. It's just. But the real kicker is this going to be selling? Is this game going to sell? And from what it sounds like, it's not going to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That like it just some of the stuff look really off. Like. And I'll be the first to say if it's and I think a lot of people will be first to say, if it's good, it's good. And if the game does sell well, then well, you read our words. Then I just don't think it will sell. It will sell, but I just don't think the numbers will be as big as Ubisoft hoped, or will be below Ubisoft's expectations. You know what I mean? I just don't see that. A lot of that controversy over a game that just doesn't look like it's nothing to write home about. Like take Yasuke out. It feels like typical Ubisoft. I don't know. It just has that stink of Ubisoft, And like I said, I just don't see the point. Like I brought this up again, I just don't see the point of Yasuke's inclusion. I just don't see it. When Nawe is clearly meant for, is basically, Assassin's Creed the way it's, meant to be played, it just makes Yasuke feel very pointless. Well, yeah, with microtransactions, it should have been a red flag because, of course, it's going to have microtransactions. It's Ubisoft. They can't help themselves. Of course, it's Ubisoft, guys. Especially microtransactions in a single-player game. I'm sorry. Nowhere I'm gonna find that excusable whatsoever. In no way I'm gonna find that excusable. I'm sorry. Hey, microtransactions in a single player game. Get out of here. No, this shit was always online, then yeah, I think the justifications would be much more, I mean, we'll go over it. We might just go over it on Sunday. And if you want in on it, Sean, let me know, because love to hear your thoughts, man. We got Mama Bear with us, so we won't get sued by the Canadian government, by Ubisoft and the Canadian government, though. So. Like I said, I like old Ubisoft. I put at least hundreds of thousands of hours in the Crew 2. And the original Crew. I love Driver San Francisco. I love the old Rayman titles. I have a lot of fun. I do have some fun memories with Ubisoft as a whole. It's just this ain't it, man. This ain't Ubisoft of old, man. This is not Ubisoft of old. I used to watch all the cutscenes for like Assassin's Creed 2, Revelation 1, 2, Revelation 3, 4. Black Flag, even the spin-off titles. Like, plus, Liberation did it better. Liberation did it better, and hell, even Unity has definitely AC Unity has definitely come a long way. after a lot of the if you guys remember the disaster with AC Unity when it came out, that was a complete disaster. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I think we're gonna do this one took long. This one took freaking long to do. Okay, so this punk enough? Is this punk rock enough? Is this punk enough, guys? Is this punk enough? Okay, so we got. I'm not sure on this one. It's Roku style, you know. Roku style. That skirt is high. That's the point. That's the point. That's the point. Okay. So what you're saying, you still lean to the first one. You guys still lean with the first one. Okay. So we got Roku, we got a Kogol, we got a Kogol style, we got a Roku style. Okay, so okay, so we got 4 minutes. Okay, so what's high fashion? Okay, so we got Roku, so we got a Roku style. Okay, let's do the middle one. Is going to be Oni style. Oni style is basically it's like I said, it's a more sophisticated and mature sub style, which tones down the wilder elements of typical Gyaru makeup, and leopard print remain common aspects. Black is more of a common color, and leather is more often worn. Overall, the look is more office friendly with simpler clothes. Takes a lot of inspiration from high fashion and luxury brands. So. The most common design is rupee from Nikkei, which uses a lot of leopard print. So I think we can hit that. I think we can hit that though. Hey, hey, Penny. Grumpy, Grumpy. I just Grumpy. You're this is a lady tonight. High school street walker. You feel like Grumpy. Let me respect. Let me go back to the main definition here. Two common elements of Gyaru, especially anime and manga, represents TN's Pluto. In mainstream media, Gyaru are usually depicted as energetic or extroverted, while in adult media, they are depicted as either a high school student, prostitute, or a character with an unusually high sex drive. I think the latter for. I think it's going to be the latter for most of these girls. I think it's going to be the latter. You nailed it. You see? I think we're getting close. I think we're hitting the mark. Yeah, I'm grumpy. No offense. I'm just saying. I think we're hitting the mark here. I think we might be hitting the mark. Let's continue. Let's continue. I love it. It's so that fun. Like I said, it's also it's almost like we're kind of redoing the one that I did from a couple weeks ago, though. So. Okay. I'm gonna take a 5-minute break. Let's just take a 5-minute break, and then we're gonna jump right back into it. Okay. Let's see if we can get the last 5. Okay. Do you remember that one I did with the? Yeah, I think this one's gonna be Oni because it's like high fashion luxury brands. I think go for. I don't know if we can go for the office look though. What we do need to do is we do need to do a flat. We do need to do a flat one though. So. All right, let's take a quick look at YouTube right now. You guys have been amazing. Thank you all so much. Let's try and get to 20. Let's really do try and get to 20 likes today. Okay. We got 18. We're getting close, guys. You guys like the Gyarus, okay? You guys like Gyarus, okay? Okay, Divions. Okay. What? V10s are returning. Nice. Okay. Oh. We got time. We got 33 seconds. Hang on. I want to listen. Hold on. What's this?
I don't need a weak son like you. Go live and help out your aunt in the countryside. You never loved me, Dad! I hate you!
You good for nothing, nephew. I'll train you to be a man. Prepare yourself, Pipsqueak.
Aunt, Dad's adopted sister, age 31, and single. I love you, Dad.
Bro adopted sister, nice. Bro knew what type of story he was in. I agree. Since she's adopted, she's not related by blood, so it's all good. Go, son, finish what I could not. Seize what honor understand. I'll make you proud. That's too much bruh going on. There's too much bruh. Holy sweet home Alabama. That's crazy. I don't know where this is going. Adopted is the key ingredient. I love that. Oh my god. Oh yeah, that was right. Is your familia exactly? Okay, so. Okay, I gotta watch this. I'm sorry.
Well, would you look at that?
Hang on, we got some V. I need my Romanian troll. I need my Romanian troll for today. Okay.
What about the Dragon Age of the Virgods, okay? The Ages of Dragons.
We know exactly where this is going. I've seen enough. I've seen enough in my lifetime to know exactly where this is going.
We'll talk about the Age of Dragons.
Like I said, Grumpy, the keyword is adopted. All right, let's do this.
It seems we have another ET on our hands. Now, if you're unaware of what ET is, it's considered one of the biggest flops in video gaming history.
Agreed.
The reason for it is that it destroyed a console. You see, back in the day when the movie Extraterrestrial came out, it was incredibly popular. People really loved that movie. And so they thought that they can ride on the popularity of the movie by making a video game associated with it. And the video game was called E.T. Now, the problem is that back in the day, cartridges barely had any memory on them. So the video games were extremely simple. And so trying to make a video game based on a movie that has like a well and thought out story with deep levels of plot was impossible. But still, like, they wanted to ride on the movie. And so, like, they had a cartridge that had, like, the picture from the film on it. And the actual game was incredibly complex to the point where most people didn't even know what to do in order to win the game. was insanely convoluted as well. And even more than that, it was extremely buggy. And back then, you couldn't just release an online patch in order to fix the bugs. But the people who made the game were so convinced that the game was going to be successful that they created a lot of cartridges. And no one wanted to buy those cartridges. And so it was a massive flop. And they had to bury the cartridges within the Nevada desert. Like, we're talking about truckloads filled with cartridges. And that is considered to be like one of the worst flops in video gaming history. Now, I kind of disagree with that take, because I think Concord is even a bigger flop, but it's not as spectacular, right? Because no one had to actually bury the physical copies of Concord in the Nevada desert simply because they don't exist. Because Concord is an online game, you download it digitally, and so there's no cartridges to be buried, right? So it's not as spectacular, and probably...
Hold on a second, though. But V, there are people who still sell physical copies of Concord on eBay for like $500 a pop, okay? There are still physical copies out there. I'm just saying.
That is why it's not getting the attention. But I would definitely say that Concord is the biggest flop in gaming history, and sitting next to it has to be Dragon Age. Like, Dragon Age is another massive flop, and it reminds me of E.T. because it did the same thing. Like, it assumed, okay, if Dragon Age is a good game, and a lot of people played it, and it's considered the classic, like, all we gotta do is we slap the title Dragon Age on our game, and people will buy it. And it turns out it doesn't work that way. People, they may get interested in the title, but once they see that the content is bad, they choose not to play it. It's just like titles are kind of like clickbait, It's what I said in a different video, that this is what the Asians are doing now, and it's what the West did back in the day. You put a beautiful woman on the box, right? Like, you put some cleavage, you put some tits on the box, and that is enough to drag people's attention. Like, they will say, wow, like, this is a hot chick, and they buy the game. And if the story is amazing, initially they bought the game for the chick, but then they stay for the story. Like, came for the tits, stayed for the story is not just a meme, it's a marketing tactic. But it's the same with the title of a game, right? Like, if you have, like, an interesting title that drags people's attention, okay, it's the new Dragon Age. But when you play the game, it's nothing but bland, boring, woke shit. People aren't going to stay and play it. And in the age of refunds, you're not even going to trick customers into buying it. Because this is like another thing that I've noticed, right? Like, when refunding came up on Steam, a lot of game journalists were absolutely livid. They were foaming at the mouth. Because now, you had their friends that were making like some random crappy indie games. The journalists would give it like a 10 out of 10. Games like Gone Home, Walking Simulators level shit. Although, thinking back, like, Gone Home is a pretty good game compared to what other crap came out after it, right? Like, I would rather play Gone Home than Dragon Age. I'm not even kidding. And so, anyway, they would freak out because now they couldn't grift people into buying games, right? Because that's how it worked back in the day. Like, you'd have an indie game. The media would hype it up, and they would say, oh, this is a 10 out of 10. You didn't have, like, streamers and people that were making trailers and playing the game. And so the ones that were trusting the media would end up with a game that's really bad, really horrible, and they couldn't refund it, right? So when Steam allowed for refunds, like, this entire grifting industry collapsed. And the Steam refund is probably what also crippled Dragon Age. Because, like, I know a lot of people that bought it, because believe it or not, like, most people aren't tuned into the culture war. Like, most people, they know, okay, I played Dragon Age 1, it was good. I played Dragon Age 2, it was okay. Dragon Age 3 was kind of meh, but, maybe they're going to pick up the ball again with the new Dragon Age, right? Like, they had a lot of years in order to train themselves to make a good game. And so they buy the new one, they see it's absolute horseshit, and they refund it, right? So, like, the company doesn't get to steal people's money anymore. Doesn't take you that long in order to figure out that the game is shit. And so what ends up happening is that now they can't even give the game away. And I want you to remember that a lot of these publications, a lot of these journalists, right? Like, when I say that they are the PR arm of the company, I know what I'm talking about. Like, what is the purpose of a video game journalist? Right? Like, why did God send the journalist to us on Earth? To punish us? No. He sent the game journalist on Earth because he realized that people don't have a lot of money, right? Like, times are tough. We're still reeling from the Bidenomics. The price of eggs is the new index that has replaced the price of gas. And so, like, people don't have that much money to buy all the video games. And you know, people still need entertainment, so they have to be a little bit more cautious with what they spend money on. And if you have like only $70 to spend, you're thinking like, okay, which game should I buy? Do I get the Path of Exile? Do I get Dragon Age? Do I get, right? And this is where the journalist comes in, and allegedly he plays the games, he understands the games, and he will tell you, okay, this is a better game than the other. But when the journalist is hyping up Dragon Age and is saying, oh, it's a BioWare return to form. That's the words they use, return to form, like almost like copying each other's homework. Do you remember that? And so you have the journalist saying that to the customer, and you buy the game, and it's the worst game ever, to the point where you're wondering, like, what the fuck were they even thinking? You know, because there is cringe writing that happens because, well, the writer isn't talented, or maybe they missed something, you know, like that can happen. But then there's also like writing that is so bad because the person making it wasn't trying to make entertainment, but they had like severe daddy issues and other insecurities that they're projecting on the player. Like the whole thing where you're sat down at a table and they're talking about pronouns, like this is a power fantasy of the writer. Like you can tell that they always wanted to sit some people down at a table and lecture them about progressive and transgender issues. And they wanted to be the center of attention and the main character, and everyone in the room was looking at them, and they, you know, like he had the zinger and everyone was clapping. Like that is exactly a power fantasy of the writer. And it's not there to add to the gaming world, to add to the universe, to add to the lore. And as you can see, like all the leftards were defending this shit. You know, they were actually making the argument that this is a good game, that people like us are responsible for the game not selling, because despite the fact that the game had hundreds of millions of dollars in marketing, you know, Asmongold made a video saying that this game is gay, and apparently that's why no one bought the game. And they were coping really hard. But like, unfortunately, you know, you can say that, okay, well, there's a lot of bigots in the West that are in the culture war. Why isn't this game selling in China? Why isn't this game selling in Japan? Why isn't this game selling in South Korea? If it's as you say, right, and this is an amazing game, why isn't it selling in other countries that don't even have the American culture war at all? Like, no one from South Korea is listening to Asmongold, right? And yet they're not buying it either. You know what they're buying? They're buying the Chinese shit. They're buying the Wukong. They're buying the Path of Exile. Like, they're buying games from other countries. They're not buying this. Why is it? Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.
Why are they not buying it? Yeah. No respect to the Legendary Drops did an incredible video. Yeah, I was watching it. Thank you to Bandito for recommending that video, by the way. You hit me up on that video. I'll see if I can post it in the chat, but it's a great video to kind of break it down why, you know. Basically, it goes into Neil Druckmann. It goes into Druckmann and how this is clearly done from, his acts are clearly done from a pretentious point of view. Sew up his own behind, or sew up his own t-shirt about this. And, you know, in relation to Dragon Age, you know, Monster Hunter, one of the reasons Monster Hunter Wilds isn't failing like Dragon Age did is simply because Monster Hunter didn't push away its audience. It respected its audience. It was able to gain new audiences. It was able to gain new fans, but still respected its original material. Still respected its core audience. It still respected its fan base. And Legendary Drops introduced this. I forgot what it was called, but it's like this boxed this limited box mindset that you back yourself so much, and I think this happened with The Last of Us 2, and I think this is going to happen with Intergalactic. You boxed yourself so much into a corner, shunning both sides of your audiences, both your potential audience and your newer and the new audience, that you're stuck. I think they're stuck. I think Druckmann is stuck. I think BioWare is stuck. I think a lot of these companies, a lot of these studios who have pushed out audiences in favor of, you know, ideology and the message and stuff like that, they're stuck now. They back themselves into a corner, basically. You know, that's the best way to put it. They really did back themselves into a corner. And it's just like, it comes from that pretentious mentality. It comes from that pretentious mindset. And you know, it comes from the fact that you know, guys like Druckmann, a lot of these developers thinking that they're above their customers. They're above the customer. They're above their own fan base. And, you know, when they get blowback for, you know, their arrogance and them being full of themselves, they play the victim. It's just not working anymore. I just don't think it's working anymore, you know? Do you guys think so? Let me know. Let me know. Okay. Neil thinks he's Harlan Ellison in his mind. He thinks he's the Western Hideo Kojima. He thinks he's the Western Hideo Kojima when he doesn't even have a moniker of talent that Hideo has. But incredibly pretentious, incredibly up his own ass. In fact, I'm going to I'm going to take another 5-minute break after this one. And I'm going to show you an excerpt. And we're going to listen to an excerpt from Legendary Drops. Because I think it's such a good way to put it. And good morning, Ray. Nah, Neil's Yuji Naka with but none of the drip, yeah. And plenty of the scheming though. And I was right when I said that, you know, with The Last of Us, that was the first game was a complete masterpiece, and how could he have made something like, you know, The Last of Us 2 and stuff like that. And I think it's that same mindset, you know. I think it's that same mentality. It's that same mindset, you know? Here. Okay. So number 3. Oni style. One style is done. Okay, so One style is done. Okay, so we got 3. We got 3, guys. We got 3. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we got 3. All right. Okay. Okay, so we got 3. We got 3. We get the third one now. It's time for the fourth one. Fourth one, and let's do. For the fourth one, let's do. Let's do. What style is Marine? What style is Marine Kitagawa? Gyaru style. Let's do. We can do a deep tan. We can do a deep tan one, so we can label that as Gyaru style. But let's do. Yeah, let's do Gyaru style. That'll be 4. Okay, so 4. Okay, so let's do 4 Gyaru style. Okay. Okay. Okay, we'll do 5 minutes. We'll go for one more 5-minute sketch, one more 5 minutes break, and then we are going to start on. And then we'll wrap this up. Okay, guys? Thank you guys so much. Thank y'all. Big time. Okay, let's. I do want to share this excerpt from Legendary Drops real quick before we. Yeah, we do traditional Gyaru style. Okay. Let me find. Oh, the reviews have dropped for Snow White. The real reviews just dropped. Shadows patches out shrines. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So let me share. Yeah, the voice acting is so. The voice acting is really. Okay, so let me find. Okay, so Legendary Drops did this great video, and I'm only just gonna play a few.
There's been this growing obsession with complaints. You should be listening to them. You should not be doubling down on your mistake. You know, I read another article that was talking about the podcast with Druckmann, and they said, yes, we need
Here.
message that they're trying to deliver in the first place. It's an ineffectual product. And unless I'm mistaken, over the last couple of years, some of the most popular games that we have seen have been games that had nothing abrasively divisive about them. So then my question is, where is this obsession coming from?
Mm-hmm.
And why is it unique? And even more so, how are these publishers greenlighting it in the first place? This is not the stance that you should take against your audience. You should not shrug off their complaints. You should be listening to them. You should not be doubling down on your mistake.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I read another article that was talking about the podcast with Druckmann, and they said, yes, we need somebody out there challenging social norms. No, you don't. You need somebody selling video games. I'm sure that's what the Naughty Dog employees are going to be chanting from the unemployment line. We were challenging social norms. No. What are you talking about? You know, the only thing that makes sense to me is that these companies were caught up in the political and social chaos of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
They mistook outrage for sustainable engagement, and they invested in it. And now they're so far down the rabbit hole that they can't turn back around. And now here we are watching yet another studio and another game going to its inevitable end. You know, games media has spent years shielding developers from the consequences of their own decisions, bending over backwards to explain away obvious failures while outright refusing to engage with the real reasons why games fail or succeed. The Gamer recently published an article analyzing why Monster Hunter Wilds is thriving and Dragon Age the Veilguard is floundering. And while they touch on some solid points, they conveniently ignore the elephant in the room. One game respected its audience, the other didn't. Nowhere in this article is Veilguard's infantilized, censored narrative discussed. Nowhere is there a critique about how the art style abandoned the franchise's grittier fantasy aesthetic, an aesthetic that we have seen is massively successful. The article completely cites how the game's modern social commentary, gender ideology, and contemporary dialogue completely clash with its medieval fantasy setting, alienating players who wanted a classic Dragon Age experience. But they do bring up something interesting, a concept: room to shrink. And I think this is really important context in regards to Intergalactic and as well as many other games that we've seen fail. Andrew King of The Gamer wrote, most straightforward answer is that Monster Hunter had a lot more rough edges to sand off. It's a series that is known for its complex combat, esoteric multiplayer, and interlocking systems that aren't always well tutorialized. Monster Hunter Wilds still delivered on much of what the series is known for, as someone who has played a couple dozen hours of the previous games, but never dove into one especially deep. Wilds is very recognizable as Monster Hunter. The core loop is still there, it's just contextualized a bit differently thanks to this entry's greater emphasis on story and characters. Killing monsters, harvesting their parts, turning them into gear, that's all still here, but with a better on-ramp, lower difficulty, and more narrative hooks. The game also retains much of the series' complexity. You still have a ton of weapon types that each take practice to master. There are multiple currencies that you need to collect, crafting to engage with, and thoughtful combat to learn. The Veilguard's problem is that Dragon Age was never as tough to master as Monster Hunter. Origins had a lot of role-playing depth and a detailed real-time with pause battle system, but the previous entries had already moved away from that by the time that Veilguard rolled around. Veilguard was streamlined in every way. It traded in Inquisition's open world for a level-based structure, and the levels were hyperlinear, leaving little room for exploration. The dialogue choices were superficial, allowing for little real roleplay. The combat was fun but simple, action RPG fare. The series lore was pared back or ignored, and the companions were largely uninteresting. The game began as a live service game, and it shows in the lack of detail and depth given to the world. It feels like a place you would inhabit with 100 other players, not like it was designed to react to your actions. The idea is simple here. Monster Hunter can afford to lose some of its players after launch because it has a strong, dedicated fan base. The series has always been built on a solid foundation, and it continues to expand without alienating the people that made it a success. It attracts in new players, but it doesn't sacrifice its identity to do so. Now compare that to Dragon Age the Veilguard, which did the opposite. Instead of keeping its fan base intact and growing outward, it boxed itself in, narrowing its appeal to a very specific player while disregarding the ones that kept the franchise alive for over a decade. The result? A game that didn't have any room to shrink because it had nowhere else left to go. It was a game that launched into a corner, and now it's stuck. Now, with that added context, you should see my perspective, because The Last of Us Part 2 is one of the clearest warning signs available. Just like Veilguard, it narrowed its audience, disregarded what made the original resonate with millions so that they could push an alienating, polarizing narrative, and now Naughty Dog is doubling down again with Intergalactic. Instead of course correcting, these studios are spending more money while selling to fewer people, Every new game has a bigger budget, a longer development cycle, and higher expectations, but instead of broadening their appeal, they just keep shrinking their audience to an ideological niche. The cycle is obvious by now. Shrink the audience, spend more money in development, dismiss criticism, and then blame the players when it flops. I can't believe I actually have to say this, but if you're spending more money while making a game that fewer people want and actively dividing the audience that you do have, you are going to fail. And it's not just the developers refusing to recognize clear warning signs. It's become an industry apparatus. Instead of engaging with player criticism in good faith, they've developed an overused playbook: gaslight, deflect, and vilify. When players were pushing back against The Last of Us Part 2, they were told that their criticism wasn't valid. They were lumped in with some of the worst people online, the doxers, the threats, the actual extremists. Instead of addressing real concerns, the character assassinations, the forced narrative shifts, the retcons that broke player immersion, the conversation was hijacked by something else entirely. And we've seen the exact same pattern play out with Dragon Age the Veilguard. The second that players expressed any concern about the art direction, the infantilized writing, the forced modern social commentary, the media framed it as reactionary backlash. It was never about why players rejected the game. It was about blaming the audience for not embracing progress. Even Mark Dara, one of the key figures behind Dragon Age, went onto YouTube to make a video to lecture players about how they don't even know who to blame when a game fails. He hyper-fixated on
I was gonna do a response video to Mark Dara, and I'm just like, nah, it's just not worth it, because he's full of crap, and it's just like you're exemplifying this behavior. You're trying to excuse this kind of behavior. It's like, no, you know exactly what the problem is with the game, and you refuse to admit that that's the real elephant in the room. You push away the audience. Your tactics are pushing away the audience. Your mindset on ideological elements are pushing away the audience, and you think you're above the audience. Like that arrogance is palpable at this point. And you wonder why games like The Last of Us don't do as well. Why instead of just like, course correcting and just, showing an ounce of respect towards your audience and towards your own fan base, instead of, instead you just double down. You triple down, and you shrink your audience. You shrink the people who actually do give a crap about your game at this point. You're backed yourself so far into you're backed into a corner, and this is all your own doing, and you won't admit that. This is the box shrinking. This is the box shrinking method, and that doesn't help anyone. It's the arrogance. It's the pretentiousness. It's the up your own asshole. It's the you have zero respect. You're above your own customer base, and you don't owe them anything. Except they owe you their time. Except they're obligated to spend their time and their money on what is basically your own self-indulgence. And it's that arrogance, that pretentiousness, it's that mindset. It's that thinking you're better than everyone else because of ideological reasons. This is why Intergalactic is going to be more the same. Intergalactic is going to be more the same. The next Bioware, I can guarantee you that if Bioware survives, if you think somehow Bioware survives after the flop, the next Mass Effect is going to be more the same. It's going to be more like Veilguard. Prove me wrong. Because they'll learn nothing. And especially with people like Mardar trying to step up to bat and trying to make excuses for them, they've learned nothing. That's why I'm never saying. That's why I'm done with this whole. It's a harassment. It's all a harassment campaign. No, it's not. It's legit criticism. You can't freaking handle it. You're just misconstruing it now. That's all you're doing now. Because you won't accept that you fucked up. You won't accept that you made a bad product. You won't accept that it was your own arrogance, that it was your own attitude, that it was your mindset to think that you're better than the customer is where it is putting you in the position you are at right now. So much so that they want to make this into so much so that they want to just make this into an exclusive club. They really want to make gaming an exclusive club where you're not invited. Guess what? It's not an exclusive club because you're making a product. Because this industry, you're making a freaking product here, okay? People have to buy your slop for it to become successful. I get the understanding. That's why I don't. I break this down for a reason. I try to break it down as much as I can, without ever trying to say that this or that or the third is woke, because it is misconstrued. But Dustborn is woke. Veilguard is woke. I don't like using that term. I prefer not to, just because I think it's too broad. But you're taking such a heavy ideological push. Make you pay microtransactions. Ubisoft are welcome to try. They're welcome to try. Because they know that their slop is not going to do well as they want it to. Too much mired in controversy. This game is too much mired in controversy. And are people really going to spend that time? Are really going to spend their hard-earned money on this? Are they really going to, Sean? Be real. Be freaking real, dude. Because if Ubisoft had any actual confidence in what they're putting out with AC Shadows, they wouldn't go to they wouldn't resort to trying to have lawyers and working with the Canadian government to try to sue people for criticism, because that's what it is. Don't try to think this is the actual harassment. No, this is legit criticisms here. Okay. If Ubisoft was that confident, if Ubisoft had actually had some respect, they would actually come out and actually say, "Hey, that's not true. It's not true. You could have been more specific." Ubisoft had a chance to explain this more. Instead, they didn't. See, I just lost a bunch of viewers here. It's all about that shit. And I'm passionate about this shit. And I'm done saying work when it comes to this crap. Okay. People are tired of this mindset, man. People are tired of this. People are tired of the arrogance. People are tired of feeling excluded. your attempts to be inclusive by excluding audiences, excluding gamers. We're done with that, man. I'm tired. They don't want to be putting. They don't want to have to. They don't want to have to put their money towards something that you're just not going to have fun in. Something that's just going to preach to them every single step of the way. Stuff that isn't escapism. People are genuinely tired of that. People are genuinely tired of this shit, dude. I'm like, you know where you're playing with me. One of my biggest problems with me is I don't know how to keep my mouth shut when it comes to stuff like this. I said, Ubisoft, go ahead and do it, whatever. But honestly, at this point, you guys get what you deserve. If you expect me to have any form of sympathy, the same form of sympathy, then yeah, I'm sorry. And you expect that people are just going to kowtow to thinking that you can just, police speech, police what people say before you try to send your lawyers after them. You got another thing coming, Ubisoft. You got a whole other thing coming. This is going to backfire on you real bad. Truth is, Ubisoft just. It seems like nobody wants to address the elephant in the room when it comes to a reason why a game like Veilguard failed, a game like Concord failed. Nobody wants to address the real elephant in the room. You push away your audience, this is what happens. Look at Star Wars right now. A complete shell, an empty, lifeless shell. A black hole devoid of anything. Because you pushed away your audience. You pushed away your fan base. You think your fan base is expendable when in reality, no. You can't just push one out to try to go for this mythical modern audience, man. I saw this with comics, man. I saw this shit in the comic industry, man. Editors, writers, artists, and stuff like that be very up their own ass to push away the audience for ideological purposes, just because they voted for somebody they don't like, just because they don't have the same politics and whatever. Same thing with Star Trek. Same thing with all of them, man. You gotta look in the freaking mirror at some point. You gotta look at the mirror and see that, you know what? Yeah, maybe we're the baddies, okay? It's that old Simpsons meme, you know? We don't pay no attention, man. You walk away. You just walk away, man. A lot of people just walk away, do their own thing, man. Because they don't want to put up with this. They don't want to be, people are tired of it. People like me want to speak up and say something. This mindset thinking you're better, thinking that you know better than the audience, thinking that you could represent the audience, you could speak for the audience. It's more than just that. There's so many problems with this, man. So many problems with a lot of the industry going on. Why you think we're hitting record layoffs now? Why every other week it always seems to be a studio closure. Every other week it always seems to be like a studio lays off like 60 jobs or something like that. I bet you a good handful of people had to go to GDC with their heads down, knowing that they didn't have a job, but they're trying to look for one after being laid off. It's not just the live service bubble bursting. This bubble of you thinking it's okay to push away your freaking customers, push away your audiences like this. It's gonna burst. Has to burst. Will burst. Well, you think there's pushback? People will call you out. People call them out on it. People will push back on that. When developers, with journalists, stuff like that, say this stupid shit all the time. Run these hot takes, run their mouth all the freaking time, and then turn tail, and hide. Turn tail, hide, private their account, pretend they're a victim because they said something stupid and they didn't get and they got blowback for it. Ubisoft, you can't beat the internet, man. The internet is undefeated. The internet is undefeated. You pissed off an entire country, by the way. You disrespected an entire country. Are they going to be ones getting sued then? People with legitimate criticisms is what you're targeting as harassment. Regardless of successful or not, AC Shot successful or not, Ubisoft as a whole can eat a bag of dicks. Why should I have any sympathy for you at this point? Why? I'm sick of being painted as the bad guy. I'm sick of being pointed out as the bad guy for speaking my mind about this. People are being sick of painted out as the bad guy, as the evil one, as the bad guy from WWE 2 for speaking out their mind about this, for calling this out. Look at AC right now, and I agree 100% with Jay. I agree 100% with Jay the Concept on the stream last night. An AC, an Assassin's Creed game set in Africa where it's focused on the trans-African slave trade would be sick. It would be freaking sick. But Ubisoft wouldn't have the balls to do that. No, I guarantee no country No studio on earth would have the balls to do that. Because it would completely destroy the narrative. It would completely destroy the narrative that they've been peddling for years at this point. Anyway, I'm not sure. Because yes, it will destroy the narrative. If somebody didn't have the freaking balls to do that. Because they would have to address the big elephant in the room. That Africans sold themselves. That Africans did sell each other out to slavery. To Arabs. Nobody wants to bring that. No, you can't bring that up though. Yeah, that's the freaking elephant in the room nobody wants to bring up at this point. Because I think because I do agree with Jay, I think an Assassin's Creed game set in Africa, especially during the transatlantic slave trade, would be sick. But then they would have to swallow a lot. That would mean that Ubisoft would have to address the elephant in the room, and I don't think they would have even the balls to do that. It's that whole thing. It's that whole thing with It's that whole thing what we were talking about last week. Whole thing that we're talking about last week on Makini Live. When it comes to, white/European cultures and especially Asian culture now, it's fine. It's totally fine to disrespect, rewrite, but if it's any other culture, such as like Muslim, such as like Arab culture, or even Black African culture, no, that's not okay. It's this double standard. It's this double standard thinking you could speak for us, though. Thinking you thinking you know what how we're offended and such shit like that. So, in all honesty, Ubisoft can eat shit, honestly. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Anyway, I'm done for today. I'm done for today. It's listen, we got 4. Listen, we got 4 out of the 5. So I need to do one more really good base sketch, and then I can start on the line art. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know which one's your favorite. Which one you like. And once I get the 5th really good base sketch done, then I'll post a work in progress on the community tab later. But let me know which one you guys like. So let me know if it's something you guys look forward to. Anyway, guys, smack the like button, make it jiggle. Smack that subscribe button, make it jiggle. Really appreciate all of your support lately. Oh man. Yeah, some did trip me up last night, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I try to focus, Sean. I try to focus with this shit. Man, I don't know. Anyway. If it is slow, then we'll go live tonight, okay? If it's slow, then we'll go live tonight, all right? Been absolutely amazing. Thank y'all. Anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow. If not, I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm Makini 9 Yards, streaming illustrator. And until then, stay cute, stay sexy, have fun, take care, much love. Never apologize for wanting attractive women in me, especially in video games. And just don't let other people, dissuade you. If you got something you want to say, then say it. Speak up, man. Let your voice be heard, man. Like, I'm serious about that, man. good to each other. Be good to your freaking fans, man. If you got a fan base, you got people who support you. Be good to each other. And I agree. Follow the lead of Jarrell. Don't get engulfed in this culture war BS. Make fun videos. Have fun with it, man. I love that video. By the way, I love that video he did on Assassin's Creed Shadows yesterday. I love that. It switched over to talking about Domino's pizza rolls. I was like, you know what? I love that. I was like, yeah, I was born too. I'm like, it just ain't worth it, man. Just ain't worth it, man. Anyway, love y'all. And never stop drawing. Peace.
Cute, sexy, and fun. That is definitely the best way to describe our channel members as well. We'd like to thank every one of you in the CSF Nation for supporting Makini and what he does for his YouTube channel. If you would like to become a CSF Nation member, join the channel for as low as $1 a month. You get access to exclusive art drops that Makini drops every 2 months for his channel members. We'd love to see you here in the CSF Nation. You are an excellent company, and we thank you once again for your incredible support. CSF Nation for life. Mwah. Gracias. Thank you for tuning in to Makini in the morning, including your morning started off on the right foot with us. Remember to smack that like button, make it jiggle, share the show out to everyone you know, become a channel member for as low as $1 a month. You want to support Makini further, and subscribe, of course, to see more content from Makini. I am Maddie Soteli, producer and weather girl, and we wish you a wonderful rest of your day. We will see you all here next time on Makini in the Morning. Makini in the Morning is filmed before a live studio audience at Makini Studios in Arcadia Village's South Tower, right here in Pacific City. Want to be a part of the next Makini in the Morning live show audience? Well, all you have to do is visit youtube.com/Makini90 or call 765-9077 toll free. Makini in the Morning is produced by Souvenir Productions with Makini Charles Productions in association with Enlisa Lockhart Television and Makara Banks Entertainment, and is distributed by CSF Nation Domestic Television Distribution.